Welcome back to the channel. Welcome if it's your first time. We begin this video in Slade, Kentucky, just before the Red River Gorge Visitor Center. Welcome to Red River Gorge. Today I'm here in Kentucky because I am heading to the Red River Gorge Bigfoot Festival. Sasquatch, Yeti, skunk ape. Also, a Yahoo. That's what Daniel Boone called Bigfoot. Daniel Boone would actually tell the story that he killed this creature. It was 10 feet tall and it was going after his son, and he shot it with his rifle. He said that its ribs had a solid plate of bone. Now this visitor center sits right before this rest stop off the interstate. Here's a map before the visitor center. First time in Red River Gorge for me. It's a huge area. It looks like there's tons of stuff to do if you like hiking, if you like nature. They even have a natural bridge around here. But today, and today only, just up the street in Stanton, which is not too far, they have the Bigfoot Fest. And there he is, Bigfoot, or as Daniel Boone called him, Yahoo. He got that name, that terminology, from Gulliver's Travels. At that time, no one knew what a Bigfoot was. They called him the Wild Man, and of course the natives called him Sasquatch. Although it's a few miles from here, they are advertising it here at the Welcome Center, Red River Gorge Bigfoot Fest. rrgbigfoot.com. And before the door, I'm always highlighting these. We've got a little library. I got to take a peek inside. Oh, it's all locked up. Bigfoot's around here. I heard he likes to read too. Got to keep it locked. First thing I saw is Prince of Fire by Daniel Silva. Welcome to Daniel Boone country. I look forward to exploring more of Daniel Boone's country. This is a nice welcome center. Inside they have a giant Christmas tree decorated for the 250 celebration of America. Christmas in July. Check out little Uncle Sam over here waving to you. And there's a quilt on the wall over here. Do you see it? I don't think you see it. You're shouting at the screen, possibly leaving a comment. And they have Jeffrey Scott Holland's book, Weird Kentucky, in here too, so you can thumb through. Alright, the reason why I stopped in Red River Gorge and not Stanton, where the Bigfoot Fest is because there is a coffee shop nearby. This was a quiet spot to begin the video, a really cool spot. If you're ever in Red River Gorge, stop in here, get all the information that you need. Also, they've got restrooms, if you need those. And just a little ways up the road from the Visitor Center at 769 Natural Bridge Road, Slade, Kentucky, welcome to the Daniel Boone Coffee Shop. Also, they're serving breakfast, lunch, coffee, of course. Check this out, it's very popular right now. There he is right there, before the door. It smells really good. I am in need for some java. Looks like they're open every day, 8 to 5 through the week. 7 to 8 on the weekends. And look at that, that's where we're going today. Red River Gorge Bigfoot Fest. Here's all the guests. I just saw Turtle Man at the Smoky Mountain Bigfoot Fest a few weeks ago. Alright, they have one heck of a gift shop in here and one heck of a line currently. Check this out. Wow. Oh man. I might have to skip out on the Daniel Boone coffee. They've got merch, check it out. Daniel Boone Coffee Shop. Coffee, climb, sleep, repeat. I like that. Oh, and here he is. I found Daniel Boone. He's been sitting here for quite some time. He was also waiting in the line that I just got out of. I know, buddy. Like you, I can't sit still and I gotta keep moving. We gotta get to the Bigfoot Fest. Alright guys, I'm Tampa J. Thanks for clicking on this video. Yes, I am going to Bigfoot Fest 2026, Red River Gorge for my first time. I'm excited to go over there. It's just a few miles away from here, actually past the town of Stanton where it's being held on the way over here. I had my heart set on that coffee, but that's okay. I think I'd rather spend an extra hour at the Bigfoot Festival today rather than stand in line to get some coffee. And let's be honest, it wouldn't be my first cup. I love my caffeine, and I also have an emergency supply of caffeine in my car. Right there, I got some ghosts, so don't worry about that. I will make that a thing. I will be back to try Daniel Boone coffee sometime. First time in Red River Gorge. I didn't realize how much stuff there is to do here. I learned a lot back there at that visitor center, so much ahead right here. And in this video, we are going to tour this Bigfoot Festival. That is going to be the adventure. I hope you enjoy the vicarious adventure of Bigfoot Fest 2026. Looks like there's going to be some Bigfoot celebrities over there, vendors. This might be comparable. I say might be because I don't know, to the Bigfoot Fest in the Smoky Mountains we just did in Townsend, Tennessee a few weeks ago. Had a blast if you caught that video. I am so impressed with the Bigfoot community and how passionate and dedicated they are to one of America's most legendary things, Bigfoot. Americana. It's folklore. It's amazing. I am a believer. There is so much evidence out there. Odds are, if you clicked on this video, you might be a Bigfoot believer too. Maybe you're a skeptic. That's okay. I was once too. It's quite the rabbit hole on the internet lately. AI has kind of hindered things, kind of made things harder to believe and made it seem more fake in some sort of ways. Actually, a lot. Anyway, side note, back to it. There's a lot of evidence out there. Jane Goodall herself once said, if you have more than 50,000 sightings, one of them has to be true. And that goes to play into the science. There's a difference between proof and science. If Bigfoot was standing before us, a dead body, and it was legit, that would be proof. Let's hope that never happens. I don't want to see a Bigfoot die, but maybe one day there will be proof, and hopefully we will be there to document it. That's the whole goal. The ultimate goal, though, is just to have fun. It's all fun, it's all family friendly, and it's all Bigfoot. Sasquatch, Yeti, skunk ape, whatever you call it, it's legendary. And we're going to his festival today in Kentucky. My first Bigfoot Fest in Kentucky, my second Cryptid Festival. I went to the Cryptid Con later last year over in Lexington, which is not too far from here. I'm anxious to get over there. That's going to be the video. All right, long-winded intro, but it was absolutely necessary. I'll be back to Daniel Boone Coffee. Much ahead. Let's get going. And the Red River Gorge Bigfoot Fest is happening at Stanton City Park in Stanton, Kentucky. Looks like we are currently 13 miles away. 22 minutes. And right here off the Stanton exit, we've got Bigfoot. Check it out. Signage, Bigfoot Fest, City Park to the right. All right, I'm noticing a ton of people walking from a distance up towards the event. Most likely saving money on the parking fee. All right, there's a paid lot for 20 bucks. I may just do that. All right, all parked up. 20 bucks. Got Bigfoot even on the sign. Cross the road safely. I parked behind that house. It looks like it's a half a mile walk to the event. So far, there looks like there's a massive turnout for Bigfoot Fest. We're turning the corner right here. It looks like a high school. Oh my gosh. Starting to see, oh wow. Check this out. That's the parking lot before the fairgrounds. It's way out there. I like that Bigfoot is on a tube right here with some Ale 8, which is made in Kentucky. That's funny. I like the humor here. All right, this is Powell High School. They're using the lot for parking for the park, which is just beyond the high school grounds. And we are right near the Daniel Boone National Forest because there's a Daniel Boone Forest Ranger Station right behind me, back there across the street. All right, I'm walking into the event. All right, I'm not used to this. Free. Just walk right in. I like it. I could get used to that. Oh my gosh. Holy cow. Look at all these people. Got a Humvee with a deck on it right here. Now that's a great Bigfoot hunting tool right there. Imagine vlogging in that too. Oh my gosh. Forget Bigfoot. Here is my favorite car of all time, the Smokey and the Bandit Trans Am. And also they have a General Lee, two of my favorite on-screen movie cars, muscle cars from the 70s. Dude, I would give anything to drive the Bandit car. Please look, don't touch. This is a Trans Am. Forget about Bigfoot. And look, you got Bandit and Frog right there. That's a cool window shade. I need that for my Subaru. I think this is a 77 too, just like the movie. And it was just a few days ago, I sat inside of a General Lee. You might remember that episode. Can't believe they're closing Cooters. All right, so this is obviously the food court area. There are tons of food vendors out here. I've never seen so many food trucks at one festival. Something called Hungry Hillbilly over there. That smells really good. And you got the hillbilly next to the hungry hillbilly. I wonder if they're in cahoots. That's some gnarly looking food right there. They've got something called the haystack burger. Whoa. All right, where's all the Bigfoot stuff? I don't even think we're inside the festival. I think this is outside. All right, stepping out of the food court area, we're going into these trees. It looks like out there is more of the vendor area. I did pass a stage over here. I'll come back for that. And this is the first vendor I walked up to, and it's the official t-shirt stand for Bigfoot Fest. I like that it's like Mountain Dew colors. Pretty neat, 25 bucks for a shirt. I may do that. We've got Kentucky State Parks here doing a little raffle. I would love to win this Bigfoot basket.
There you go.
Looks like a t-shirt, little
$1
ticket, okay. And all proceeds go to
Friends of the Natural Bridge State Park.
I like that. All right, I just entered the raffle for $1, wrote my name on the back of the ticket and my number. A bunch of people are doing the same. It was just $1. I am so surprised with how many people are here right now. This is amazing. Could be 20,000 people here. All right, we have the Sasquatch Milwaukee shirt. That's funny. This is what brought me over here, though. Joe Dirt America shirt. I don't have a Joe Dirt shirt. I need one. I should have a backup mic, too, and a backup shirt. Ooh, people. That's exactly what I think he says. All right, behind the trees, there's an open field. Starting to see more Bigfoot vendors. These are pretty neat. They're on wood. They're like ink prints on wood. This one says the man cave. I need that for my man cave. Oh, here he is, right here. Welcome to Wood Booters. That's the name of this vendor. That is a scary looking Sasquatch. They're the ones doing all these wood carvings. We got Bigfoot on Natural Bridge. I think that's nearby. Yeah, Daniel Boone National Forest. Look at that. Also, they got coasters for you. Okay, now we're on some sort of a path. This is nice. I like this. Red River Historical Society and Museum is here. That'd be cool to check out sometime. Captain America? Makes sense. We've got in the shadow of the big red-eyed Bigfoot research team here. We've got some Bigfoot imprints here, footprints, and they are real. This is the largest print here. It says 1982, taken in Elma, Washington. It's a first-generation copy between April and May 1982. Numerous footprints were cast, taken by law enforcement. Sparta Mountain Wildlife Management Area. This one was casted in New Jersey. Sparta, New Jersey. Original cast obtained by Michael Famelin. Check out In the Shadow of the Big Red Eye. They also have t-shirts out here, and they did announce on the website they are having a cosplay and tattoo competition out here. So who has the best tattoo of Bigfoot and who cosplays Bigfoot the best? I just bought this Blu-ray. It's supposed to be one of the most amazing captures on video of a Bigfoot encounter, and it was created by this man, Greg Ogles, who I just met. And you were just telling me this happened in the land
between the lakes.
In the land between the lakes. Cool.
Yeah, it's for your audience. It's an area that is bisected by Kentucky and Tennessee. So it's on the lower part of Kentucky, and it's on the western side. So in this encounter, we take our film crew out. Within 10 minutes, we start hearing these growls, right? And I was like, yeah, okay, that's interesting. But then you could feel the growls.
That's awesome.
And, you know, and
scary, but awesome.
Well, my camera guy goes nuts. He's like, oh my God, we gotta get out of here. We're gonna go. And I'm like, dude, what's wrong here?
Yeah.
You know, and I look up and I can see it standing in front of the truck.
Wow.
It's just standing there, right? And I'm like, ooh, it's that close. So I do grab a camera, and start pulling up and start filming then, right? And I'm still holding my camera guy by the back of the coat. And, you know, he finally calms down a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And so he calms down a little bit, but he's still shaking really bad. He's truly terrified. This whole time, this thing is still growling.
Yeah.
Now, Adam Davies was in the British military, and his military training kicks in. So he wanted us to like bunch together and start pushing this thing back into the woods. So we start doing that. Every time we take a step forward, he growls. This kind of growl.
Yeah.
And it's like a tug of war. You know, we take a step forward, it growls, we move back, we move forward again, and it growls.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, and we eventually do get it back into the woods, and its eyes start glowing red. Again, got that on camera. It starts glowing red. But another one throws a rock from the left. Right?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I say, hey Adam, we got another one throwing rocks from the left, right? And he turns around, his eyes get huge. He's like, oh my God, they're flanking us.
Yeah.
So it was at that moment.
Yeah.
He thought we were not coming home.
Yeah, it's scary, dude.
Yeah.
If people watching this right now want to check this out too, I just grabbed a copy of it. Can they find it online?
Well, soon you'll be able to get it on Tubi and Amazon and all the other streaming platforms.
Okay, awesome. Well, it's a pleasure meeting you. Check him out online. All of the socials there. I believe you got a QR code.
We do.
There. And you were telling me that this is about people disappearing.
Correct. This one's about people disappearing in the national forest, the Smoky Mountain National Forest, very specifically.
Okay, yeah, I live near there.
Yeah, it follows Dennis Martin and Mike Huron, their disappearances. So we find some incredible stuff there as well.
Okay.
And check it out. It'll also soon be streaming on all the platforms as well.
All right, awesome. Nice to meet you.
Good meeting you.
Okay, already making new Bigfoot friends. Undefeated hide and seek champion, of course. And look at this. All right, these are cool. Chris the girl would like one of these. Check out these plushies. Bigfoot and me. Hello, my name is Tanner Squatch. They've got an inscription here. I am a special Sasquatch made in the honor and memory of Tanner Michael Way. That's so nice. And L8 sodas here. They were giving out free sodas at the last Bigfoot Fest I was at. We've got Dark Woods, a paranormal podcast over here. We've got Foothills Health and Wellness Center. I like their picture here of the doctor checking up on the Bigfoot. Look at that. Get your free diabetic foot exams today. That's really nice. And look, baseball field. This is on the grounds of the high school. That's pretty cool. Right in the middle. Some Bigfoot lawn sculptures. Also, they got a goose here, some ducks, some chickens. Bigfoot crossing. And these are created by Tim Wright, handcrafted. There's his phone number right there. He's got a whole trailer full of art for you. Maybe we need a Bigfoot chopping block for the new homestead. That would be cool. All right, this is the common Bigfoot pose there, the walking pose. You never see this one. You actually never want to see that Bigfoot. That means he's mad. I like that though. 80 bucks for that. Okay, this is the guest speaker area. There's a ton of folks. Check it out just to show you what's going on. Someone currently on the stage speaking. See if we can get a little closer. It's also got a slideshow going.
What's also interesting about this is that based on this evidence, we can now infer that Sasquatches have a very wide range of habitat. If we know that they can travel 50 to 70 miles in 1 year, 1963 for example, then they travel around quite a bit. And based on this evidence, Jeff proposed that the Sasquatch may utilize a social structure that's very rare in primates, but it's known as the Noyau social structure. Orangutans use this, and basically what it means is that there are solitary males that have a huge habitat, sometimes 1,000 square miles, and they have interactions with different females that are in different parts of that habitat. So potentially the Sasquatch may utilize a similar social structure where we have males that roam around quite a bit, and we think that the 16-inch track is a male because the female tracks are usually smaller, 12 to 14 inches. And here's another example considered to be from the same individual. Again, these are Paul Freeman casts, an individual known as Wrinklefoot because of dermal skin ridges that can be found. One was cast in 1984 and one in 1987, I believe. And some researchers, Paul Freeman's son Michael and Cliff Barrickman and others have even speculated that this is a female, an older female Sasquatch, just based on the size of the foot and some of the other features included therein. So Jeff found this very compelling, that you could find footprints. They weren't carbon copies like a stomp or a stamper. They were similar enough to where they seemed to be from the same individual, but they also displayed a little bit of variation with the toes displaced slightly here or there. Has anyone ever seen this film?
So Patterson, give one.
We're finding ourselves, this is a GIF, pretty good one. We are finding ourselves at a time when this alleged evidence of the Patterson-Gimlin film is being challenged like never before. I'm sure you guys have heard about this controversial new documentary that's coming out, alleging to show practice footage of this particular event that allegedly occurred on October 20th, 1967 in Bluffton, California. But there are many reasons that Jeff Meldrum found this iconic footage to be spontaneous and genuine, and we're going to go over some of those.
Rest in peace, Dr.
He
Jeff
often
Meldrum.
characterized the subject in the film, which we all call Patty, we know she's a female, or she has female features, as appearing completely natural in terms of her structural anatomy, her physiology, and her walking gait. Jeff expressed a number of reasons why he found the possibility of a hoax very unlikely. And a lot of the skeptics who come out and said, oh, Jeff, if it does turn out to be a hoax, they said, well, Jeff was fooled by the Patterson-Gimlin film, but I heard Jeff talk about it many times, and he always said, if it was a hoax, which is a scientific way to do it, nothing is 100%, so you have to allow for new evidence or data to come into the picture. I'm on the fence, I haven't seen this new documentary, and I'm going to withhold judgment until I see this alleged found footage, and then I'll make my own determination whether it's the same as they claim costume or whatever they're claiming. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go over some of the features here now. For example, an analysis of, this is frame 310. There's a total of 952 frames in the Patterson-Gimlin film, and in frame 310, it reveals a distinct kinematic profile consistent with mid-tarsal flexion in the subject's left foot. So look at her left foot.
Yeah, I see it.
Sorry, I kind of lost my place here. I told you I'm not an anthropologist, so I'm still working on my place here. Okay. Tarsal flexion of the subject's left foot. The calcaneal elevation, the heel, is decoupled from the forefoot, which maintains a sustained contact with the substrate. So can you guys see that the left ankle or calcaneus is being lifted very high, but the toes are still on the ground, according from what we can infer from this particular frame. Concurrently, the contralateral, the right limb, exhibits marked pronation, or we talked about pronation or flatness, throughout the mid-stance phase. The persistence of knee flexion in both limbs throughout the gait cycle signifies a highly compliant, non-human locomotor pattern. So in other words, the way that Patty's walking in this film and in this frame matches exactly with the hypothesis that Jeff put forward in terms of the mid-foot flexibility. We can see an example of this with the left foot. And actually both feet are in contact with the ground at this time. So this is considered to be a very non-human walking gait, or was considered by Jeff. The sequence of movement deviates significantly from the normative human gait, yet it provides a functional match to the anatomical morphology inferred from the associated footprint evidence. So again, Jeff felt like the way that the subject in the Patterson-Gimlin film was walking, in the frames where we can see her walking and stepping, matched very well with his hypothesis about the mid-tarsal break. I should also mention in 2007, there was a TV show on Discovery Channel called Best Evidence Bigfoot, where Jeff went to Stanford University, and some of you may have seen this. They had an actor put on a Bigfoot costume with different sensors on his body, and he tried to duplicate the walk of Patty in the Patterson-Gimlin film. And Jeff actually confided in me that there was a lady there, Dr. Jessica Rose, who was at Stanford University. She's an expert in gait and motion analysis. So basically she's an expert in how humans walk. And she works with prosthetics and children that have disabilities that need to learn how to walk efficiently and so forth. Jeff told me that Jessica, as they were watching the Patterson-Gimlin film, Dr. Rose leaned over into Jeff's ear and said, "That's not a costume, is it?" And Jeff turned to her and responded, "Will you say that on camera?" And she said, "No." So that's from the horse's mouth. Now, I did go back and watch that documentary recently, and Dr. Rose does say at one point that the costume that they used in their example, their demonstration, looked pretty bad and pretty fake compared to what she was seeing in the film. So maybe a small admission on her part. Very interesting. Okay. So in frame 310, which we're looking at here, as well as frame 72, which is on the left here, and we're going to see another from behind shot here, we can observe features in the surface anatomy which bear a striking resemblance to variable amounts of adipose or fatty tissue beneath the skin. This is another thing Jeff was very big on. Frequently observed in both humans and other great apes. Adipose tissue is extra fatty tissue. And for example, let's look at her upper back there. we can see what appear to be mid-back drapery folds, which can be observed inferior to the scapula, inside the shoulder blades, extending laterally down and arterially out under the arms. In humans, these are found in older individuals with increased skin laxity. And these folds are generally quite evident on large gorillas. So you guys know what I'm talking about? Those two folds are symmetrical on the back, right between the scapula. Something that would be very unexpected to find in a costume of any type of Bigfoot, or it's a very, very interesting detail.
All right, we walked up at the perfect time. This new documentary, I still haven't seen it yet, and I can't really give my opinion either on it until I see it, but I'm hearing more and more that the documentary, the evidence that the documentary is centered around is fake itself. So I am a believer of the Patterson-Gimlin film. There is no more evidence or greater evidence than that film. Okay, now I'm up towards the front. There's another pathway here full of vendors. I've never seen so many vendors at even a convention, and we have barely showed you anything. This is pretty cool. So many people out here just for Bigfoot. Also, I see a lot of other cryptid stuff. Loch Ness Monster, Mothman, Jaws. All right, I backed out of the festival for a few minutes because I needed service. Service is scarce here, so I walked out of the festival, got a little bit of service to launch today's video, which if you're watching this video, yesterday's video, Eddie's House of Monsters, my Indiana beach experience. So I paused Bigfoot Fest to get that out for y'all. Now back to it. And the food lines have not died down. This line right here is currently one of the longest ones. This is Smothered and Covered. Looks like they're selling lemonade, blooming onions, and barbecue. That's about all you need. All right, so back here, the back half, near the football field. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, it just keeps going. The Powell County High School football bleachers on the backside. Over there's the football field. Check this out. This is massive. This is definitely the biggest outdoor festival I have been in a while, and it's continuing to go that way. There are so many vendors out here. I see a Bigfoot bounce house too. And look, it's a Smokey Bear. Smokey Bear in front of the Bigfoot bouncy house. All of my dreams have come true right here in this moment. Hey Smokey, can I get a selfie with you real quick? Thank you. Got my quick selfie because he's a popular bear over here. Remember kids, only you can prevent forest fires. I grew up calling him Smokey the Bear, but it's Smokey Bear. It's kind of like a Mandela effect, where we just always called him Smokey the Bear. I grew up calling him that. They were talking about that on Q95, the Bob and Tom show yesterday morning, as I was driving through Indianapolis. I would love to get in there, but it's a long line. I don't think they want me in there. I'm big for the Bigfoot bouncy house. I'm too big. Oh no, they're doing it again. We've got a petting zoo out here, presented by Acme Farm. Not only are they trying to celebrate Bigfoot, they're trying to beacon him with some of his favorite food. You didn't hear me say that. I'm sure Bigfoot wouldn't take a bite of you, or you either. Hi. No, it's not food, it's a camera. Just wanted to show the people at home what we're dealing with here. All this cuteness. What about you? You having a good day at the Bigfoot Fest, my friend? Yeah? I think I heard a yes. Maybe it was just its stomach. Whoa, whoa, look at that. Watch out, those horns look sharp. Uh-oh, this chicken has flown the coop. Oh boy. Bigfoot's got a snack. So along this paved pathway in this park, this trail, there's a Sasquatch story going on. Check this out. The world is a great place where no one should hide. Being a bit different should fill you with pride. It's a Bigfoot and a cardinal. And here's the other page. It looks like you read a Bigfoot storybook as you walk through this park. And you can do that when Bigfoot Fest is not here. This is a thing. I knew I'd see him again on my path and have great adventures and memories that last. Good night, Bigfoot. Out under the moon, the world is brighter because it has you. Okay, this is a cool story. I wonder where it started. They have Bigfoot trivia here, and also here is their schedule. It looks like they have weekly story time on Wednesdays. Hammy the Hamster's Big Adventure. These are all the stories. This is pretty neat. I've never seen something like this. We're actually beyond the outfield of the baseball diamond. To put things into perspective, I showed you the front side of the diamond. This is a really good price for these Bigfoot wood cutouts, 20 bucks. They're a pretty good size, and they have plenty of them here. One day only. Come get your Bigfoot stuff. If you didn't make it today, there will be next year. Is this a cell phone holder?
Yes.
That's cool. Bigfoot calling. Oh yeah. Hey, 20 bucks. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying now. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's going the opposite direction.
Oh.
The hard part is pinching them.
Yeah, okay. I would have never figured that out. Wow. You did that first try. That's amazing. You got some practice.
Yeah.
All right, I got a Bigfoot cell phone holder. I don't know why I love this, but I love it. I may hang on to this. I may give this to someone. I've got a lot of birthdays coming up in my family. If you know, you know. So, hey, could be a good birthday gift.
Yeah, he is now recently vegetarian. All those fingers that went missing got reattached. They're all working, no matter what.
Oh, yeah. I don't want to put my hands in there, though.
Yeah, I mean, we dulled his teeth a little bit, just to be safe. Hi, guys. Welcome in.
Looks like Clark's got a lot of awesome things going on around him here.
One last thing that he's got that was like half the reason I made this was he's also a dice tower.
Oh, that's cool. You could use him for Dungeons and Dragons and whatnot.
Right. Well,
yeah.
Mainly, I do a deal where if you get 3 stickers, you get to roll the die, and then whatever lands, I get that much money off.
That's really cool.
So it's like when you roll it, you can let Clark decide, as it were.
Well, nice to meet you, Clark. I like this cat shirt down here.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's Jasmine, our armless smoking cat. As you do.
Jasmine, the armless smoking cat. That is so cool.
Yeah, we don't know where she gets the cigarettes, but we didn't ask and don't judge.
Yeah, never do that.
No, I judge you.
That's it? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, this is Creature Kennel. Check them out. Oh, there's some QR codes for you. That makes it easy. Take a screenshot. Make it last longer. Adopt and learn. Instagram and Redbubble. And I've seen a lot of doggies out here. It's cool that they're doggy friendly. Got a little doggy drink area. Okay, so under this pavilion, it looks like this is where all your Bigfoot hunters and Bigfoot celebrities are hanging out. This is where their booths are. We've got Russell Cord and Dr. Mariah Mayer. We saw them at the Smoky Mountain Bigfoot Festival. They are also here as well. All these folks are standing in line to meet them. We got the Kentucky Research Organization out here. Turtle Man is all the way to the right. All right, the Alaskan Bigfoot Cruise. I remember this advertised last year. You've got Adam Davies on the cruise as well. Adam Davies is here today. All right, I have run into Adam Davies again. I am buying his new book, The Moon-Eyed People. He's also got all of these books over here, which I'm sure you've heard of. He's actually signing my book right now, and he's speaking today at 2 o'clock. We'll catch some of that later. Thanks, Adam.
Oh, my pleasure, man.
And if Adam Davies looks and sounds familiar to you, you may know him from Bigfoot in the Smokies. I was just by his store a couple weeks ago, and he was in there. I didn't really get to put him in the video then, because, you know, he's just kind of working, but I figured I'd catch up with him sometime soon, so there you go. All right, I've been wanting a custom Bigfoot wood knocker, and here we are right here. Here's a few for 40 bucks. I like the green one. This is so you can keep with you to communicate with Bigfoot. In case you're new here, 3 knocks on a tree, say hello to Bigfoot, and hopefully you'll hear something back, or maybe you don't want to hear something back.
So those come with a stand.
Oh, okay, you get the stand.
Yeah, you get
okay.
a whole big stand if you wanted to. But then they're made out of ash, so they're really a really hard wood.
Really nice knockers, yeah. My favorite color is green, so I'm kind of leaning towards the green.
I like the green that has the camo.
Oh.
I don't know why I like that.
That's
one,
good.
but
I'll take
do.
that one. I like the green and the camo. You know that great feeling when you make someone laugh really hard and then you laugh yourself? Well, I walked up and said, I want to take a look at your knockers. I've never seen a lady laugh harder. And I had to convince her I wasn't. I was talking about the knockers. Anywho, I just spent 40 bucks for this knocker. I will be taking this on a Bigfoot hunt with me officially. If you want to get one yourself, there's the information. Made in the USA, Bigfoot and Me Wild Knocker. Check them out, BigfootandMe.etsy.com. All right, this shirt is very Mountain Dew. I like this. Appalachian Cryptids. I remember seeing them at CryptidCon. Ooh, I didn't see these knockers. These are 10 bucks each. Okay. That's all right. I've got something that looks like a baseball bat, and I love baseball, but these are really cool too. These are a discount compared to the $40 knockers. They've got a lot of knockers here. Well, who do we have the pleasure of meeting here? Hello. We got Bigfoot cosplay, yes. Looks like they have an indoor concession area over here in this pavilion. This is the shortest line I have found at the Bigfoot Festival today, and it's in the shade. It looks like a cheeseburger is $4. Also, I may have found the best deal. This is much more than just a Bigfoot collar too. You could really mess someone up with this, and when I mean someone, you know what I mean. Not Captain America though. Wouldn't beat him up. He's got a shield. They just called my name for my cheeseburger, and I saw this map. This shows you how large the Bigfoot Fest is. So the green area is just the food area. We're right here in the bathroom / park and rec concessions right there. Look at all the vendor booths, and they're so neatly labeled here. I've got a QR code for you. This is how big Bigfoot Fest is. It's got to be big, right? He's doing the trick. Fresh grilled burger, tasty. Can't beat that for $4. Here on the back side of the stage, about 2 o'clock, we're going to watch Adam Davies. All right, this is super clever. All these signs are clever, but specifically the Wendigo. Old-fashioned cannibalism. That's a good price for that amount of creativity. The idea and the actual item. I'm still chewing on my burger. Masters of the Cryptiverse. Wild Man, Mothman, Frogman, Dogman. I'm walking through the last stretch of vendors that I have not gotten to yet. This is up towards the front, behind the concession stand. All right, I found my little free library of the day. Look at this, right in the middle of Bigfoot Fest. Normally it's in the middle of a park. I gotta look in here. This is becoming a thing. There is one item in here. Raising Readers Shared Reading Family Guide. That's it. All right. Oh, wow. Maybe I need to upgrade my Sasquatch collar. These look more professionals.
Yes, sir.
$20. Okay. All right. Well, I haven't had any luck with my other one yet, but I just got it. Maybe I'll wait on this. I got the bat today, the knocker. I'll wait on the Sasquatch collar. Maybe at my next Bigfoot event I'll buy that. This is actually You Big Ape Creations. I remember seeing them at the Smoky Mountain Bigfoot Festival. You can actually buy cast prints, track casting kits, in case you need a cast or find a footprint. You can cast it yourself.
Again, folks, we are so glad you're here at the 2026 Bigfoot Festival. We're going to turn Adam Davies loose here in about not quite 10 minutes.
TV shows, the Land Between the Lakes, tonight. Adam will be there, the director, producer. He will be there signing the DVDs if you want to buy a copy.
Hey, we just got that DVD.
And we'll let Adam, he'll talk about it in his presentation. You guys are in for a treat. Adam.
Thank you very much, Charlie. Thank you. Hello, Kentucky.
A nice big crowd here.
I'm super pleased to be here. As you can see, I'm born and bred in Tennessee. No, I'm from England. In case you say, why do you, some people say, are you Australian? Man, I do not sound like an Australian. I'm British, but I've looked for unknown species all over the world. So you name it, I've kind of been there. Yeah, on my own time and money. That's why I've had numerous broken relationships and I drive a crappy car. It's because I spent, there's a total truth in that, yeah, total truth. I spend all my money on looking for unknown species. I passionately care about the subject, and today I'm going to give you an example of some of the things I've looked for, but also some of the things I've found, because one of the criticisms I hear about people like you guys never find anything, in that voice, yeah, that sounds like my ex. But that's not true. So I can't see what you can see, but I think what you're seeing is a very handsome man in full profile. That's not me, that's my twin brother. Now, one of the first things I'm going to tell you about is the Congo, the Makile Mamembe. So I've had a few questions today while I've been in the pavilion about the Makile Mamembe, which is a Congo dinosaur, and also about my expeditions to Nepal, most notably with Josh Gates. I'm going to talk about those, and then I'm going to talk about an extremely important, the most important film of its kind. That's no exaggeration, it's because it's true, which is The Land Between the Lakes. I'm going to play you a trailer from that. And I'm going to talk about my own Bigfoot encounter I had here in Kentucky. Yeah? So you guys, I will remember for the rest of my life. And I'm going to talk about that. We're also going to play a little bit of the game, so I'm going to look for some volunteers for that, and you'll have fun on that. And on finality, contestant number 1. Contestant number 1, come and see me at the end of my tour. Congratulations, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Good job. Good job, mate. He only has a small amount of money. He's an engineer, normal guy like us. And he says, Adam, he said, you know, I've spent thousands of dollars on filming permits for the Land Between the Lakes. He said, can you come with me to this area? And the best decision I ever made was to work for free. Funny, isn't it? You just don't know. So I said, yeah, absolutely. So just take us with this. So we go over there, and the idea was that I would team him up with Barton Nummerly and Martin Groves, local researchers from Kentucky, and we'd have interviews, and then we'd go out and do some stuff. So we had a very nice day. The first day we did the interviews. We send up a drone into the air because there's a really pretty sunset, and we're happy. We're super happy. And then I say to Martin, can you take us to an area, can you suggest an area where we might do some Bigfoot research? Because the next scene is going to be, we're going out Bigfooting. I had no expectation. And he says, yeah, he says, I know an area about an hour from here, he said, where we can do some research. And I said, great. He said, it's a graveyard on a hillside. And we're doing it at night. So for me, I'm thinking fabulous. Even better. So we go there. And there's 3 trucks. We go in. Martin, Barton, and the camera woman, Janice, go up the hill. Me, Greg, and Brent, the cameraman, are down, we're going to bring up the gear. We haven't got started, and then this thing roars. Now, I cannot copy the roar, but I'm familiar, as I think you've guessed by now, with great apes in the wild. I've seen gorillas in the wild, and I've seen orangutans in Sumatra, gorillas in the Congo, obviously. This thing had a voluminous chest. Yeah, it was astonishing. And I look over, and I can see a pair of red eyes. Yeah? Which is interesting, because the red eyes, if it's a nocturnal, they should be luminescent and large. They were not. They were shaped like our eyes. So I cannot explain that. But it was very real. And it's roaring at us. And what I didn't want to do, and I'm so proud we didn't all do it. So Brent, the cameraman, freaks out, and he tries to run away. Yeah? He literally pooed himself. He tries to run away. You can see this thing. We got to get out of here. We got to get out of here. Greg grabs him, and yet there's another one behind the truck. Yeah? Right behind the truck, there's another one. And it's throwing debris. And then Janice shouts from back there, there's at least 3 odd more on the hillside. So you've got a group. It's extraordinary. And I'm like processing this. So I start to move forward towards it. Because I'm trying to get better evidence. But I realised we were doing, it was fooling us. They were all fooling us. Because if they were going to come at us, it was a classic ambush. It's extraordinary. So this one was drawing our attention, yeah? While the ones at the sides were going to come at us if we were going to get ambushed. It's a classic ambush maneuver. And that was extraordinary. And you see in the film me processing and realizing that that is what they were doing. Amazing, right? So if you are going to drive in tonight, you'll see that film. It's the greatest film ever about Bigfoot because of that. Yeah, the first half hour is in a place called the Meadow. It's quite paranormal. I was not part of that, but it's interesting, very interesting. But that is a real life encounter. There's no BS. There are real people reacting to that extraordinary situation. And that was in Kentucky, and that is the greatest Bigfoot experience of my life. So thank you for that, Winston.
Yeah, there you go.
So if you can't go to drive-in tonight, go see it. If you're interested in Bigfoot, you really should see that, because I've never seen that. It's so important. But it shows their level of intelligence, and that really intrigues me. Because there are a number of things that, I've learned about Bigfoot. I've now researched Bigfoot in probably like nearly 20 states in the US, I think, around that. Haven't exactly encountered. But Bigfoot is different, yeah? And I have a lot of questions about Bigfoot. So, I live in Tennessee. I live Townsend, Gatlinburg way. That's where I live, Smoky Mountains. I'm literally in the Smoky Mountains. I research all the time. I only live 20 minutes drive from the Smoky Mountains. I'm there all the time, sometimes in the day, sometimes at night, doing my stuff, yeah? I fairly quickly, I've been there a few years now, maybe 3 or 4 years, I fairly quickly was able to get on camera all the species I wanted to get on camera, yeah? Without boring you with loads of details about trail cameras, you position the trail camera in certain ways to get certain animals. If you're interested in getting squirrels, you might put it lower, or raccoon or something. If you want bears, there are a heck of a lot of bears in that area, more bears in the Smoky Mountains than any other place in the United States. You'll get bears, yeah? But I haven't got Bigfoot. But I know they exist, I've seen them. In fact, they know me. So I took this guy out very recently from Alabama. I have an Adam Davies Explorer YouTube, so you can see this on the YouTube if you want to, You can see this because I put it up there.
All right, I sat in on that for an hour. It's almost up. Adam is currently doing questions. Learned a lot about Adam and Bigfoot around the globe, not just with his encounters right here in the United States. He lives near the Smoky Mountains, not too far from where we're at. He told some stories about Cades Cove that are really bone-chilling, and it's got me more intrigued with visiting Cades Cove and looking for Bigfoot. It's the man of the day. Can I get you here, Mr. Foot? I like your shirt. I'm done peopling. I'm sure you are. Thank you. Can you imagine Bigfoot driving the Bandit car? That would be a great photo opportunity. I'd pay $100 for that, for sure. I'm just gonna go ahead and wrap it up here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. What was your favorite part of this video, specifically the Bigfoot Festival? Have you ever been to a Bigfoot Festival? Will you ever go to a Bigfoot Festival, or will you not? Did you just enjoy it here vicariously today? Did you make some decisions on that? I really appreciate you chiming in always, leaving those comments down there. Thank you so much. As I always say, there's much ahead. There's gonna be another video, and I'm heading back to Tennessee. There he is, Mr. Big the Foot. Camera is charged. I'm en route to home, 3.5 hours, not a bad drive. Gotta go right through Red River Gorge. Gonna keep my eyes out. Keep my eyes peeled for Bigfoot. I will be back to this area specifically for Bigfoot and the Daniel Boone coffee shop. Much ahead. I can't wait to return to this area. I saw some things I did not know existed today. This is a really cool area, and I want to explore it more, just like Daniel Boone did. Much ahead. Maybe not just like that, but you know what I mean. Thanks for watching, guys. Know you're awesome, know you're loved, and no matter who you are, and no matter what you're going through, just know that there's always much ahead, and I'll see you very soon. We've got company coming, and I'm excited.